Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestlers Debate and to another edition of Raw out of 10. Big show today. Obviously we're getting closer to day one. It's now a fatal 4-way for the WWE title. And yeah, there's lots of stuff going on in all divisions really. So it should be quite a stacked episode of Raw. So let's get into it. Bobby Lashley and MVP kicked off Raw as they celebrated Lashley's win last week, all three of them. He came out and accused MVP of helping Lashley cheat by hitting him with a cane, hinting at the fact Lashley probably couldn't beat him alone. Lashley let Big E get in the ring with MVP and walked out as the former US champion tried to defend himself with a cane. Owens and Rollins attacked Lashley at ringside before Big E went to help the former champ. Rollins and KO wiped out Big E on the outside and set up Lashley for finishes, but WWE came back and made the duo retreat. Yeah, kind of a weird alliance going on here. Interesting to see where it goes. Obviously it's just temporary, you'd imagine. But yeah, we get more developments later in the show. And backstage, Rollins and Owens were booked in a tag team match later on by DeVille. Before we got Belair versus Doudrop. Doudrop went for him for a slap right away, getting Bianca Andrew and sent Belair into the corner. Belair tries to get a running moonsault, but Doudrop got her knees up. Belair hit a spine buster on Doudrop through the outside. Back to the match. Belair nearly rolled up Doudrop off a counter before getting some kicks and a crossbody in. Belair then got near fall off a moonsault before taking a massive powerbomb. Doudrop then got the splash, but Belair managed to hit the KOD to pick up the win. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. I mean, good to we got actually finish, but it's just repetitive. Before we got Finn Balor versus Austin Theory. Balor unloaded on Theory as the match began, but Austin managed to turn it around with some big strikes. Balor then got a sunset flip and basement dropkick before he was sent outside, before Theory hit a net breaker on the apron to get in control. Balor then got back in the ring and the match continued, and Theory missed a big dropkick before Theory hit a huge Spanish fly. Theory tried to get his phone and pin Balor while taking a selfie, but Finn got out of it. Theory tried for the ATL, but Balor reversed it into a dropkick before hitting the coup de grace for the win. Yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Inconsistent booking of Theory, but you know, it's a good win for Balor and a decent match. Before Miz TV was back, and The Miz told Maurice she cared that she wouldn't reveal much about her relationship on Edge's show. AJ Styles and Omos were the guests, saying that he could hold the tag team championships down on his own. Omos, that is. The Miz revealed Omos told him off screen how he really feels about AJ, and he was sick and tired of carrying him. AJ took shots at the Miz marriage, and the two started arguing before the Mysterios interrupted, and we headed for the match. And yeah. The match started off, it was quite an even affair, really, with AJ and Dominic came in before Ray came in and hit a tornado DDT and a 619 before Omos made a tag, but he upset AJ with the surprise tag. AJ was furious and called him names before Ray came in with a behind and got a roll-up pin. After the match, Omos attacked AJ and dropped him a massive slam before challenging him to a one-on-one match, and it looks like that's the end for AJ and Omos. I'm surprised it happened now, but you know, I'm actually kind of pleased it ended now. It kind of got a bit repetitive, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. It's just about whether they try and stretch it out to WrestleMania or not, but I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Austin Theory walked up to Mr. McMahon's office, but turned his back on him after the loss, before we got Randy Orton versus Chad Gable. Gable went for an arm drag off the bat, but Randy left the ring to catch a breather. Chad then hit a big slam on the outside before the match returned to the ring. Orton dodged submission moves and came back with some moves of his own. Randy tried for a jumping DDT, but Gable reversed it into a German suplex. Randy came back and picked up an RKO for the win, before Otis came into the ring after the match, and Orton tried to RKO him thrice, but failed before retreating. I'll give it 6 out of 10. Just a good TV match, building up to something bigger, before Bobby Lashley was backstage and said that Big E could not be trusted in their tag team match tonight. MVP asked about the situation earlier where Lashley left him alone, but Bobby dodged a question before he got Reginald and Dana Brooke were at some sort of Christmas-themed light show when they were attacked by Tamina, R-Truth and Tozawa. Tamina failed to secure the title thanks to interference from Truth and Tozawa. Before we got Dolph Ziggler versus Damian Priest. Ziggler tried for an early zigzag, but Damien hit a sunset flip for a near fall. Dolph then hit a suplex before we headed for a break. Back on the match, Ziggler missed a super kick and took some big kicks from the champ. Damien then was fired up and continued before Ziggler dodged a broken arrow. Ziggler was knocked out in the ring but Rude wiped Damien out with a clothesline. Priest attacked and unloaded on Rude before the ref cancelled him out. Ziggler attacked Priest after the match but then retreated, leaving Rude behind. Damien then hit the Reckoning on Rude before the floor before we moved on. But yeah, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. Another match where we didn't get a result. I mean, it was fine, but yeah, it's just a bit boring now, these non-finishes. The match was okay, it just was meh. I was then in an interview before Austin Theory wiped him out, continuing that for a reason. Theory walked up to Vince's office and McMahon said he should fire Austin after his loss, and firing people gives him joy. However, Vince decided to give him a rematch next week. Interesting to see where it goes. I kind of feel like it's coming towards its end, but still been a decent story. Before Maurice was out next for Cutting Edge with Edge, and right away she called Miz a narcissist and said she takes care of the family but feels underappreciated. Edge said that her speech was fake and asked if the Miz was ready to ambush him, and that's kind of where Edge was going. The Miz theme song played as he tried to blindside the Hall of Famer as the brawl broke out. Maurice hit Edge with her purse and hit a slap before Miz hit the skull-crushing finale. Edge, he's been around the business for long enough to know, and yeah, it's kind of pretty obvious this is where we're going, but it's a decent little segment. That was Rhea Ripley versus Queen Zelina. Ripley had control of the match early on, but Vega hit a big counter and got a near fall. Ripley tried for a vertical suplex from the top, but Vega managed to escape and hit a kick to the face. Ripley got the riptide to pick up a rather swift win. And yeah, this is what I don't get. The inconsistent booking of Zelina. She's been so good ever since she won Queen of the Ring, and then just job her out like this. I just don't get it. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Before Big E was backstage and said he was setting the tone for day one, Lashley said he didn't need MVP's help last week or tonight. Liv Morgan was out next and showed us footage of her attacking a Becky Lynch lookalike in the Champ's private gym. Liv said that Becky sacrificed her own student to save herself, and Morgan said she was going to beat Becky for the title at day one. Becky then walked out and said that she couldn't handle being the champ. Morgan asked Becky to join her in the ring and tossed a kendo stick before Becky ran off to catch her private jet. This was a decent little promo. It really puts Liv Morgan over. They're getting full in on her, which is great to see. And Becky, she's made to look like a heel. Before we got Big E and Lashley versus Rollins and KO in our main event. Big E and KO kicked off the match, and Rollins was tagged in before Lashley ran and wiped out both Owens and Rollins at ringside. Back after a break, Lashley hit a vertical suplex from Rollins before Seth dodged a hurt lock. Lashley was sent outside by Owens as he attacked him before Big E tagged in and sent Rollins outside. Rollins took out Lashley with a dive to the outside while Owens got a near fall on E in the ring. Lashley was back in the ring after a near fall on Rollins that was broken by Owens. Lashley accidentally hit a spear on Big E before hitting another one on Owens for the win. After the match, Owens and Rollins dragged Lashley out and set out steel sets, running into the former WWE champ with it. Big E tried to help but was wiped out by Owens as he hit Lashley with a powerbomb in the aprons, and Rollins said Owens and Rollins were ecstatic and hugged each other as the show went off the air. This is really interesting where it's all going. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, but yeah, it's really intriguing for next week's show as well, how the alliances go. Overall, Raw this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. It's a decent enough episode of Raw. There were some dodgy bits in there as you'd expect, maybe more so than usual, but the main event scene left me quite interested, and obviously that's the main part of the show. On the whole, I'll give it a solid 6 out of 10. It was a decent enough show with decent enough matches and stories. But anyway guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and any comments down below. Follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily football news, and subscribe to our channel on the screen right now. It would be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.